Hi, how are you?
Excellent. What brings you out here today?
To stop the tyranny against other people. War. You know, the tyranny of George W. Bush administration makes me sick and tired. That's what it is.
So, what do you think is going to happen in the election coming up?
I have not too much hope. I have to be honest with you. I don't know, but you know, at least I'm trying to stay optimistic. You know, for better change. That's the least thing I can do. So, but other than that, I don't have too much high hope. You know, that something dramatic happened. So.
Yeah, I have a lot of concern about the presidential race myself. It's one of the reasons why I'm running. What we've been doing for the last year is everywhere I go, we videotape everything I do on the campaign trail, and then we put all of our footage and we put it out on the web so that you can see from start to finish everything that we do. And we want to try and bring that same transparency to Washington, D.C. Because I think it doesn't matter who we get. If we get President Obama or if we get a President McCain, we have to make sure that we have a Congress that's going to keep an eye on them, and we have to make sure that we restore the balance of power, we restore that tripod.
Absolutely, absolutely. And no more war. That's the thing we don't want to see. No more war.
It's the 21st century. That mindset that war can actually accomplish something positive.
Yeah, humanity has suffered enough, so I think that's we need to understand that stuff. And if you become the representative, you need to also speak up.
Absolutely, and it's been one. I love coming to events like this because it's one of the things. For the last year, I've been very vocal about that we can't attack Iran. That this is a very foolish proposition. Aside from the enormous human suffering that it's going to cause, it's going to do a lot of damage to the global economy. It's going to do a lot of damage to the American economy, and it's just the time for that kind of action is past. We need to be cooperating. We need to be talking to each other. Otherwise, we're not going to accomplish anything.
Dialogue. Yes.
What's your name again? Vashon. Vashon?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also. Thank you.
Where did you get it? In the worst blister.
Yeah, no, don't sit on it. Just keep going.
These are the guys we need to see out here.
What's that?
I said these are the guys we need to see out here.
I know, yeah. Playing the drum and keep the motivation going. Come on, Bobby.
Hi, I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress this year.
You're running for Congress?
Yes.
What party are you with?
I'm with no party affiliation.
Good. That's good.
So what brings you out here today?
The hope that not everybody is in a coma, and just to set the sign that there are people that are aware of what's happening.
These are your boys?
Yes.
What are the names?
Elias and Dominic.
Elias? Or
That's Elias.
Elias?
Dominic.
Dominic.
Yeah. Their future is at stake if we don't do anything.
Absolutely. Yeah,
War is not the answer.
I remember I came out on this corner probably about a year ago. A lot of the same people that are here were here, and they were protesting the Iraq War. And at the time, I mean, probably 3/4 of the beeps and comments that they got were hostile. It's so nice to see that there's been a real shift and a real change in understanding.
I'm from Germany, and I demonstrated for peace against war in 1990 when the Gulf War was initiated by the United States. And we were 50,000 students, and it saddens me to see how few students, normally, traditionally it's from universities where revolutions and demonstrations start. The voice of democracy usually is initiated by students, and it saddens me a little that we're just, but hey, we're setting a sign.
Well, FGCU, aside from it being a new campus, it's such a conservative school. I mean, it's been, I think it was set up more on kind of a business model than anything. So, but it'll come around. We have, I don't know if you saw Angela. She's
she's people are from FGCU.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's great.
But I'm talking about the young students.
It takes time. I think we'll see a shift.
They should be more concerned.
Where in Germany are you from?
I'm from East Germany. I grew up in a dictatorship. So I grew up doing demonstrations since 16. I've been involved in demonstrations.
I was I used to be in the Army. I was stationed in Germany Germany for 2.5 years. I was in Wiesbaden, and then later on I worked for a company that was based out of Heilbronn.
I wish they would take down all these military bases, U.S. military bases from all over the world. The U.S. is not the police of the world. They should face their own issues, and there are enough of them in this country.
And you know, it's costing us an enormous amount. I mean, we spend nearly as much as the entire rest of the world combined on our military. We also, if you factor in the military and security, that's nearly 60% of our national budget. And again, it's going to... I was stationed in Germany, and that was at the end of the Cold War. I was there in 1990 when the wall came down. There's no more need. One of the things that I realized, that for me, that was a real political awakening. When I went to Berlin for the first time, I was an intelligence analyst, and you know, for 2 years I'd sat there looking at East Germany on a map, and then in June I went for there was a big concert, Roger Waters' Wall concert in Berlin, and I went for that concert, and it was the first time I ever actually got to talk to Russian soldiers, got to talk to East Germans, and I thought, you know, this is such a huge waste of time. I never want to see anything like this happen again ever in my lifetime. I never want to see this sort of ideological, idiotic divide people.
But you know what we have today is worse. It's worse. Because I can tell you, as an East German who grew up there, we were politically much more alert. At least we knew we were living in a dictatorship. People here do not know. They are told they are free, but they are not, because our media is corporately owned. So everything we hear on the commercial news is censored. The truth does not come out on the media, and but people don't know this. We were more aware of the fact, and this system right now needs to be renewed in a healthy way.
One of the interesting things, we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. We had an interview with the Naples Daily, and they asked me, you know, what's one of the things that I've learned while doing this campaign over the last year, and I never realized on a visceral level how important money is to politics in this country. I mean, I always knew it on an intellectual level, but to actually be doing it for the past year, and to see that if you don't pay, you don't get any coverage. You know, we just had the journalist from NBC that came out here, and obviously her story was to protest. You know, I told her I was running for Congress, didn't even register. You know, the fact that there's a potential congressman out here concerned about these issues.
You don't have the big money behind you and the big names, forget it.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Michaela.
Michaela, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Success in your
Thank you.
endeavors.
Poor guys out here want to make sure they're not paying for this when they grow up.
Yeah, really.
I'm Jeff George, I'm running for Congress.
Hi, Sarah Larson.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
So what brings you out here today?
Power Vote. Power Vote is a national nonpartisan effort to get a million young people engaged as climate voters in this election and then beyond.
That's fantastic. So how long has Power Vote been around?
We really just started. It's actually a campaign by the Energy Action Coalition, which has been around for a while. But it's really geared up this fall, way before the election.
Yeah, this is definitely number one. Number one, we absolutely need this message out this year, because this is such a pivotal campaign year. I mean, the government that we get is really going to. We're kind of at the cusp. Either we keep going backwards, or we get a new government in, we get a new Congress, we get a new president in who's actually seriously committed, not only to protecting the environment, but making sure that we actually have the transition to real, sustainable, viable alternative energies.
Yeah. So you're running against Connie Mack?
Yes.
Thank God. Oh my gosh, that's great. Yeah. What's your policies on renewables?
Number one, we need to make sure that we have some real financial tax incentives out there to develop renewable technologies. I'd also like to see more green industries here in the district. I think this is an ideal platform to get more solar companies to come down. I mean, we live in Florida, for God's sake. I mean, what better area would we have to develop that? You know, and I grew up here in Cape Coral, Fort Myers area, and I see what's happening to Fort Myers now, and it's devastating.
Yeah, and it's such an opportunity right now to transition to a clean energy economy, because our economy is tanked because of the last 8 years and beyond, and it's such a critical opportunity. So I'm really excited that you're running.
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity. You know, sometimes it takes people to be down for a little while to realize that they need a change. And we've since I've grown up here, you know, we've had this tourism slash real estate, really, actually it's more like real estate slash tourism economy, and now we're seeing kind of the natural de-evolution of that. So hopefully we'll actually build something that's really sustainable here, build a real economy with real jobs and real potential for the rest of the country.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. You know what? And I think it's fantastic that you're here, because I've tried to get in touch with Connie Mack on numerous occasions, and I've never seen him. I don't know what the heck he's doing for this district besides nothing, and I think it's so important for you to be here to talk to people, to constituents that have real concerns, and that's just awesome. Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's Connie Mack. We've had like 7 or 8 forums, political forums, and he hasn't shown up for one of them. And we've got like 7 or 8 more coming up over the next month, and so far he hasn't committed to actually being there for any of them. So
yeah, what the heck is he doing for any of us? Nothing. He's doing nothing. Nothing. So
you're not going to get me to disagree with that. Thanks a lot. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
What's your name?
Amber.
Amber.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you. This is excellent. I'm so
great to see all of you.
Are you going to put this up on the web?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, awesome.
What we do with our video is we take the raw footage and we put it up.
Standing up for clean, green energy. I'm building a greenhouse right now. I just think that tax credits are so important for individuals who want to make a difference.
Can't take one thing one day.
Right now,
and then we also
probably
condense it down.
probably 50 or 60,000 dollars for to make our house
So that somebody wants to use it for the campaign, look at it,
save
see
on
eventually.
eventually.
It's just sort of a preference. Campaign dictionary, you go in when you need it, and the YouTube will put it.
If I finish up by the end of this year, if not, I get nothing.
That's awesome.
Terrible.
Are you
to do this for
is someone or Jeff going to be at the Energy Summit that Senator Saunders is doing at FGCU on the 6th of October?
I'm not 100% sure because I don't have the calendar tapped into my brain yet.
I think it's so frustrating.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
If you want to ask him, because I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
That would be, yeah.
Everyone's active in the campaign trail right now talking
Yeah.
We should show it.
That would be great. Yeah, I'll email you the information on the event.
Please do.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. Go find where my children are.
And to give away to just in the Gulf alone, there are 8 billion barrels of oil that they have the rights to that they haven't exploited yet. What they're talking about in the Gulf is another 4 billion barrels. Now, if they got that 16 billion barrels of oil and they could actually get to it all, it would still be a fraction of a penny on oil prices, number one. And number two, and this is the point that brings a lot of people home, that oil isn't going to go to the United States. That oil is going to go out onto the open market. Just because they're drilling on U.S. soil or in U.S. waters, there's no guarantee that that oil will actually be sold in the United States. If ExxonMobil or BP or any of those companies drill, it's going to go to the open market. These are multinational corporations. So we're risking our environment, we're prolonging our addiction, all for nothing. You know, we might get a few $1 million here and there in taxes and revenue and that sort of thing, but that's short term compared to the real long-term gains.
I mean, it's one thing to try to meet all of the different ways to bring energy, but it's also another thing to say, hey, let's keep going back to old fossil fuels and, you know, liquefied coal and all this stuff. That means nothing except for money in the pockets of big business, and I'm really sick with it. I'm tired of it, and we need to move along to alternative energy. It can be done. We can come up with that technology. It's already there. We just need to make it big.
I think you're right.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you being out here. Again, it was nice, really nice meeting you. Thanks.
So I got,
No, go right ahead. What kind of experiments do you have going?
this is your Earth, as it sits now, hypothetically. It's properly shaped. Watch it. Yeah, spin. Okay. This is your Earth if global warming does not stop. Watch this. Everybody goes upside down. It's called the Ice Age.
Good demonstration.
I mean, it would perform better If it was on a flat table,
We get the idea, though.
okay?
That's a good way of demonstrating it. Thanks.
Yeah.
People help our economy and also help the environment.
That's not daily now.
Yeah.
Am I in your way?
He's the ever-present of this camera.
So that's your website for it?
Code Pink is one of the websites. There's two websites that are really particular ones. NoWarOnIran.org, and the other one is www.now.com. And Al Gore's behind this campaign. The Green Jobs campaign. Who's the same white guy? So today's a kickoff, the 27th, for both of these campaigns nationally. So we decided to merge together all the local peace and justice groups and be here for both of them. Peace and justice. Code Pink. And yeah, I'm the local Code Pink coordinator.
How is the response been? Because this is a big intersection. You guys have-
Really positive. Yeah, like 4 years ago when we stood here holding signs, not wanting to be in Iraq, people were really mean to us, you know, and shouted at us and tried to start fights. But everybody is really positive. Even the cops driving by, the police are giving us the peace sign and thumbs up. Yeah, a lot of support.
We had a guy here that's been at every peace demonstration since World War II, I think.
Yeah.
He had a sign that said "Honk for Peace," and people really honked it.
Yeah.
What do you think that could do that over the last 4 years, the whole attitude about being?
I think that people have come to realize that we're in the Middle East for oil, that we went to Iraq on a lie, and they are really sick of it. Especially now, it's affecting everybody. It's affected our economy because a huge percentage of our tax dollars have gone to war, have gone to redeploying our troops over and over again, exhausting our National Guard. We need them here for our own natural disasters, for example. We haven't had National Guard to really help us out when we need it. And Katrina, and even Charlie, you know, and all of the hurricanes we've had, all of the disasters that have happened, the fires in California, everything. So we'd really like to see the whole infrastructure become based on peace and based on sustainability. So we kind of dedicated this action also to a longtime peace activist. Her name was Arlene Goodwin. She was in her 90s and she passed away last Monday. And she would have been here with her husband Archie. And that's a person who Ellen was just referring to, Archie Goodwin. And he's a World War II vet. He's a World War II vet. So we had veterans here from World War II, from the Vietnam War, from the Korean War, and the Iraq War. So we had 4 different generations.
Here today?
Yeah, here today. Some of them just left because they went down to Naples this afternoon. They're doing this again in Naples. Yeah.
So this is a whole national thing. Are you guys?
This is a national campaign. Yeah. And today's a kickoff. There's a lot of online petitions to sign. We're passing around petitions here, and probably about 50 major cities today. There's a No War on Iran action happening in Washington D.C. and New York City. It's going to be huge today. So, and a lot of those peace activists were there for the United Nations in the last few days, and they actually met with Ahmadinejad. And do I say it right? I always say I'm a dinner jacket, but to remember. But he actually sat down with a coalition of about 10 different national peace organizations, including my organization, Code Pink, and Iraqi Veterans Against the War, and Cox Christie, and Fellowship of Reconciliation has actually gone in for face-to-face friendship and dialogue with the Iranian people. And they talked to him about nuclear proliferation and why...
You want to be so green while you're blocking that sidewalk?
We're not blocking it. We will make room. Yay!
Oh no, it's because he's bikes. Riding when he wants to ride.
Yeah, there ought to be bike lanes. There's no bike lanes in this whole town. This is a good attention getter here. We've held this up to the other side.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's good to see you here
that's what
today.
that's for.
Yeah, that's what that's for. Yep.
Is it still? Are you putting everything on YouTube and all that?
Yeah, we're putting up all our raw footage. So it's good to see these guys getting more coverage. I know I've been out here, even a year ago I came out here when they were protesting the Iraq War, and the response was completely different from what we're seeing now.
I know. People want change.
I think these protests have done a lot of good. I don't know if you saw the Independent. The Independent ran an article last week saying, according to some European diplomats, that Olmert had basically asked President Bush for permission to bomb Iran, and Bush turned him down. And this is significant, you know. And I think obviously there's a lot of logical reasons, but I think people actually taking to the streets and everyone making their frustration known with the Iraq War and with the Iran War, I think that makes a big difference.
Do you think that this whole, what the effort today kind of crosses party lines? Is kind of a bipartisan effort, and they're not for any president or?
Well, I think what we're seeing here is kind of an interesting coalition that's coming together between libertarians and progressives. Where in the past they've kind of tended to one party. Libertarians have always been with the Republicans, and the Democrats have had the progressives. Now they're starting to see that they have a lot of common cause on a lot of issues, and it's interesting. I've been talking to like the Libertarian parties here and down in Collier County, and we've been helping them interface with some of the progressive groups, and it's really kind of taken off and flying. So it's good to see them out here kind of all together, working together.
Well, good luck, guys.
Thanks
Have
a lot.
Great day.
You too. Take care.
Hey, did you get the green jobs angle? You know, but for what my husband called this morning when I was making this sign, he's out in the deserts of California right now putting in a 24-acre solar array, which is 4 megawatts of energy. And I was making these people this morning. He was waiting for his crew of 20, but 1 megawatt of energy produced at a coal plant takes 3/4 of a person. To make this 1 megawatt of energy using solar, providing really good jobs, good paying jobs, a workforce of 50 people to manufacture the panels, install the panels, maintain the panels, would put 50 people to work using good clean solar energy. So this is a solar pith helmet. Here's the panel, and the sun's not out right now, but this oh there, it spins the fan. That's great. Solar power. But anyway, I just thought, you know, this really brings the green jobs alive. It's actually happening. My husband's right in the desert right now, and if you really wanted to turn it into a story, he could take pictures of his crew out there in the deserts of California and send it to you. You know, it's 24 acres of solar panels.
Wow.
And he's working on some really big systems here in Lee County too, but he's out in California right now. So I don't know. I just thought this kind of brings it alive. You know,
you should contact one of our reporters,
Holly Wagner. She's been to our house 3 times.
Okay, good.
We were the Simply Green people.
Oh,
She's coming to our solar house. Yeah.
She's kind of been pegged the green reporter. So
I love Holly.
I'm like, Holly.
I love Holly.
Yeah, so you should talk to her about the whole thing.
So maybe we should do an angle on that.
Yeah,
again.
for sure.
So anyway, but I just thought
nice to meet you.
Okay,
Thank
nice to meet
you
you
so much.
I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress this year.
That's good. Trevor.
Nice to meet you, Trevor. So what brings you out here today?
This song. Do this.
Thanks. Appreciate you being out here.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Good to see you. Hey, this is a good turnout today.
Yeah, this is a really good turnout. Okay, we got to get the sign holders here.
We're actually not strong enough to just have one hold it.
Well, it looks like the two of you are doing a good job.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm Jeff George. I'm running for Congress. You know that? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Have we met?
No.
I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Jeff.
Tony.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Clarissa.
Clarissa. Yeah, what we do is everything that we do for the campaign, we record from start to finish, and then we put all the raw footage out on Google and YouTube so that we have total transparency.
Yeah.
And hopefully what I'll do today is I'll actually get together a YouTube video of this and try and get some attention on this campaign. So what brings the two of you out here today?
We're very into peace, not war. And the environment.
guys students?
Yes. Yeah. We're both in high school, but I go to Edison, so we're college, high school.
Oh, it's great to see you out here. This is we need more younger people out here actually getting involved with this. Slowly, it seems like this area is getting more politically active and more involved.
We all, you know, one makes a difference, and if one does it, you can have friends and bring them all, you know?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we were talking about, there's a story that ran in The Independent last week about Prime Minister Omar from Israel apparently asked President Bush in June for permission to bomb Iran, and Bush said no. And if this story is true, I think that it really shows how much of an impact these sort of events have, because I mean, almost immediately as soon as the issue came up, there were lots of people that were out. They were taken to the streets. There were people, not just civilians, people in the military, people in the State Department, everybody was speaking out. So the fact that you guys are out here, that you're starting off in high school, you're doing way better than I did in high school.
Well, I actually want to major in environmental science.
Yeah, and journalism for the environment.
That's what we need.
And I think today's age, a lot of people are getting more involved. So.
Yeah. See it. All right, thanks a lot. It was good. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you too.
I feel really awkward in front of cameras.
I'm Chuck Myron. I'm Jeff's media coordinator. Hi. Yeah, and a former journalism major myself.
Oh, really?
That's what I was pointing at him.
Yeah.
This guy's been a reporter since, what, 17?
Yeah, pretty much. 19, I think.
19, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to write for the news press, and
wow.
Yeah, I wrote for a bunch of papers in college, and had a bunch of jobs before I came down.
How much tape do you have left?
I have about 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Let's see. Well, I suppose so.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, Angela.
Who's responsible for
Who's taking responsibility for this? Yeah.
What's that?
I don't want to be in trouble for anybody.
Yeah, we've been out here for a while. No, it was somebody's
I'm saying you don't try to make trouble, but you're causing a disturbance to the business.
Elias, come in.
Okay, they pay a lot of money to have this location. You know what I mean?
A lot of people going to be making this.
I got a lot of complaints. So, yeah. We're not moving along.
Yeah, I don't know who's in charge.
I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying.
Really, we're trying to do a nice walk, you know.
No, and I'm just doing my job. No, like I said, I mean.
Okay, Liz, come on, buddy.
I already see you, but I guess some people are using the bathroom.
Will go
Mommy, my crayon. Mommy, my crayon.
Officer, are they sure that the people were from here?
Mommy,
That went to the
my
business?
crayon.
Are you sure about that? Okay. That's what they told you. Ah, yeah, well, we don't know that.
They might just be frustrated they didn't buy anything.
We're loitering, we're hanging around the front of the business, it's not the business.
No, that's the public sidewalk.
Is this considered public property or private
That
property?
does not belong to them.
Yeah, that's why, we're allowed to.
We pay taxes to be here on this sidewalk.
In there too.
Well, I think
Step on the grass for
Yeah, nobody's going to call it. I don't have to use the toilet.
Yeah, I know. Because as long as I know,
Listen,
this is public.
If I didn't have any complaints, I'd say sit here all day. It wouldn't bother me one bit.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that, what's legal about that. I mean,
Well, there's
I don't
nothing
know.
illegal
I mean, I don't
about-
think we're doing
There's
anything
nothing
wrong.
illegal about being
As long
on
as
the
we don't use
sidewalk.
the bathroom.
We can have as many people here on the sidewalk
Yeah.
as we want, as long as we don't interfere with the thoroughfare or the public property. That's all.
That's
As long as we behave
I'm Jeff
ourselves.
George. I'm running for Congress this year. Officer Robles?
Officer Robles, yes, sir.
Nice to meet you. I'm curious, what exactly is the, what's the law, what's the regulation?
Well, that's what, you know what? I'm going to find that out right now.
I would appreciate
You're not
it.
interfering with them. But I know right now I'm getting complaints.
Okay, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I just like to...
I'll be back.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're kind of done anyway. You think we'd be drawn to more business?
How much tape do you have left?
I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that would be a problem.
Because in that way, if I have the complaints I'm getting from the furniture store, that way you can relieve them. And that way, because I can't do anything for you guys being on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
I understand.
You know what I mean? If you're not interfering with traffic, And if you're not interfering with the store, which you won't be because you'll be on the other side, I don't have a problem.
So everybody move over there on the other side.
If you don't mind.
that empty field right there? But now officer, all right, now here's the thing. If we're there on the other side, everybody, I don't want them complaining and say, hey.
That grass over there is private property. No, but if you stay on the sidewalk, that way if we just relocate some plan and say, hey, right now they're saying that
do that, then
right now you don't.
But if you guys go into that grassy area there, we're going to look something on here.
Really appreciate it, all right?
For all sakes, all right? Yeah. And you'll be more comfortable there. In that corner right there where that grassy area is. People go to the middle.
I don't know.
All right?
And they could be from here.
They're just frustrated they go out of business.
I think everyone will be good to go.
As long as they go in front of the business there, it's not
Because, you know, that complaining and everything.
You know,
is, you know,
I can't tell you. There's no business behind it. That's fine. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you to leave.
Further down.
It's public property.
Yeah.
Don't interfere with the business. Don't interfere with traffic.
Nobody
And
does.
I won't come back, and I'll be happy.
Nobody does.
Officer,
Thank you.
Robert. Thanks, officer.
Are you guys going to do that then?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think we should be able to do that. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
No problem. Okay.
Nobody
All right,
here calling us anymore.
Y'all have a good day.
All right.
So what's the deal? He said just...
There's empty property here.
Yeah. You can say we stay.
Okay,
just we're done. Hey,
don't go in the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta go.
Jeff George.
You running
For Congress. Yeah. Yeah, we met, I believe, in Lehigh.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll see you. Okay, what's that?
Yeah. That's why I didn't talk to you on camera, because I know we talked to you before. So.
Yeah, we spoke to a while. Guys, watch the street. Okay, well, it's nice meeting you. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it.
Okay, take care.
JeffGeorgeForCongress.com. Check it out. Or CrazyForCongress.com if you can't remember that.
What is it?
Crazy for Congress.
Crazy for Congress, okay.
They said I was crazy when I started, so we went with it.
I sure hope you're not. I hope you get in there.
Thanks. Running. That's district. Is that District 13? Yeah, I think that's District 13, isn't it?
Either 13 or 25.
Yeah, it's either.
Or I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's 13 or 25. If it's 25, you've got what's his name?
Joe Garcia.
Joe Garcia. Yeah. If you're in District 25, Joe Garcia is an excellent guy to vote for.
I know it's okay.
If you're in District 13, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's the guy I would recommend for District 13. But yeah.
Well, no, Christine Jennings.
That's right. Christine Jennings is running in 13. Yeah, Christine Jennings is a good possible choice. Not sure if I'd go out and actually recommend her or not, but she's pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah. Not because I have anything against her, I just don't know her platform well enough.
Yeah.
But
I better pack up my stuff here.
it was great seeing you out here.
Oh,
thanks. And now you got some extras.
Holly said for you to take home her as the first time.
Yeah, I know.